probably one of the toughest boss fights for me so far, and it is a two-phase boss fight. Right off the bat, he's going to try to insta-hit you, then spin around and hit you with his rake. My recommendation is to do a double dodge immediately because he's going to eat up your health really quickly, and the whole goal of this first phase is to get out of it as quickly as possible with as much health and mana that you can maintain for the next boss fight. From there, he'll enter into this mud form catfish looking thing. We'll try to roll at you, which is followed up by a double roll smackdown once he gets out of that phase. There's a slight delay from getting the timing down on this guy when he does that smackdown. So my advice is go into the fight, try to study the timing of these dodges, as I kept finding myself dodging too early from the slight delay where he's in the air when he's about to slam down. And on the mud roll, it's almost immediate need to dodge or he's just gonna whack you and keep whacking you, and it can be very frustrating. One of the ways that I use to kind of DPS him a little earlier and quicker in the fight is use my Tiger Acolyte ability, because if you hit him, it will stun him and he'll fall down. This allows you to get in some sneaky DPS to try to get out of this phase as fast as possible. The only other thing of note that I'll say to watch out for is he does a whirlwind attack, and he also has an attack where he throws up mud in your face. Really, the only recommendation I can give you on this is to dodge away and then close the distance, try to stagger him, or use your immobilization spell, use your pluck a mini, use your cloud step. These are the things you're going to want to use early in the fight to try to get out of it as quickly as possible. So use that immobilization, pluck a mini, cloud step, just get out of it as quickly as you can while trying to conserve as much mana and health as you can, because the second fight is a doozy. I also recommend using the Ice Monkey transformation. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he helped save my life a lot in phase 2, because you're gonna need to use that when you get into phase 2 and see what I'm talking about. The second phase, he'll turn into a boar. Immediately, he's gonna try to hit you with mud attacks from on the ground, so you're gonna want to sprint and dodge right off the bat, or he'll begin to hit you and stagger you and get into this endless DPSing of you where you'll die and be frustrated like I was. The main attack is pretty easy to dodge. It's pretty straightforward. He'll lunge at you and he'll hind kick. So sneak in some sneaky DPS when he falls to the ground and get in as much DPS, as much damage as you can, because the next thing he's going to do is transform into 3 different mud boars. These guys are relentless. The only way that I found I can really avoid these guys and dodge them is to focus and lock in on the main boar, and you're going to want to dodge at least 3 times in succession, sometimes up to 6, depending on how the boars react to you. Sometimes they're pretty tame, sometimes they can get kind of crazy, so recommend keeping in your pocket your cloud step to avoid any damage when you need to. After this phase, the boar will actually fall down and give you an opening to do a lot of DPS, and that's what you're going to want to do. That's when you really want to get in as much DPS as you can to try to kill this boss. He'll also again transform into this weird mud catfish guy, and the dodges are almost immediate, and they have some weird delays in some of the attacks he does. So really, you're going to have to go into this fight a few times just to study his moves and get the timing down with the dodges. So that's my recommendation, guys. He is beatable. You just need to study him, see how he fights. It's a rough fight, but if you use some of these recommendations, hopefully you can get through it more than I did. It took me almost a whole day to beat this guy. It was pretty bad. I appreciate you guys. Remember, when in doubt, blow it up, baby.
Make sure to like and subscribe, or we will execute Order 66. Check out our other videos on the screen as well.
Yes, my lord.